Okay, here we are at Bradford's house. Thank you for hosting. And we are going to be doing actually one of the scenarios from the hurricane season campaign. And so far, the hurricane season campaign seems a little odd.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyhow, we're going to see how the scenario works. We're doing Battle of Storms, which is our Empire of the Blazing Sun versus Covenant of Antarctica. Do you want to go ahead and explain here? Talk a little bit about your force and stuff?
Sure, I guess, I don't really have a lot of options other than which generators to took, so I took shields, because I knew that my Admiral had to get off, so figured might as well, the Admiral was in randomly one of these two ships, so because I didn't know, I was like, well, I better take shields on both.
Yeah.
And I've got to escape basically behind his Air Force there. And, yeah, that's really the only choice I was given. So,
yeah.
Otherwise I got, well, I guess on my tiny flyers I just chose one of each, but
yeah,
that's about all I can do.
Yeah.
So
and then you have some Air Corps.
I do have the Air Corps in reserve. It'll come on right here for the mission.
Okay, cool. And then I've got a battleship and 3 Platos also in reserve that are coming in on turn 2. Yeah, so it's like a Dreddy on Dreddy, but it's Storm. So basically what that means is we reduce our movement by 1 for our naval stuff.
Yeah.
Air as well?
Yeah, it just says everything.
Okay, that makes sense. And then tiny flyers have their movement reduced by half.
Yeah.
Which is going to be... We're skeptical, Spartan. We're skeptical. Yeah, and then ordnance is affected at range band 4, which I don't think is going to be much of an issue because we're already in like 2 or 3 here. Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll tune in after turn 2. Or 1. Here we are with turn 1. You want to take us through a recap there, Brad?
Yeah, so I concentrated on just trying to really pick off the escorts was the biggest thing.
Yep.
Although perfectly identified my threat, which was to try and get the cruisers into board and managed to pick off 1, which is 5 of my assault points. So probably won't be able to work, but we'll see. And then I did manage to burn the 2 bombers. We got 1 crashed on the Monkey Island and 1 crashed over here.
Also took a Pythus
that's right,
and half a damage.
Yeah, and then the fire, it actually caused a fire, which burned up his only crewman, so flying blind.
That's right.
And
on autopilot.
Other than that, the storm got a whole lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
It's +4 to our die roll next turn, so probably hitting a tempest at some point.
Yeah, I think so. It's hurricane season.
Yeah.
Right, so turn 2. Turn 2. Redonk turn.
Yeah.
So you want to walk us through what went on here, or shall I?
Sure. Okay. So Adam got first turn, went with his dreadnought, picked off tried to pick off my guys.
Yeah.
Didn't
really
roll that
succeed.
hot. Played down the whatever it's called that gives them two activations.
2 activations.
Went with
Had
the
Epicurus.
Caused a bunch more damage and actually did a hard pounding, which is why this guy has less crew.
Yeah.
However, I went next, was able to get in range, board the dreadnought and take him out.
Yeah, prized him.
Yeah, prized him as a matter of fact. He's got 1 crew on him. Of course, my crew didn't care about my own ships. We'll get to that. The rest of the army basically just focused down the Epicurus as much as we could, causing a crap ton of fires, which were just burning him to the ground.
Yeah, I got 3 fires and a navigation lock and 1 hit point left on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
it's actually supposed to be a 7.
Our storm turned into a tempest, so things got even more crazy with the weather. And the prized dreadnought decided to float right through all of my Watsus, taking out all 4 of them. As I said, my prize crew did not actually care to, figure out who they were running into.
That's crazy.
And yeah, that's pretty much the turn.
Yeah. So turn 2, looking pretty nasty. I think the Rising Sun has the advantage a bit here, but I have a fair amount of stuff still coming in with this battleship.
Yeah.
So I mean the question is whether or not we can focus on the dreadnought enough. Really. So,
yeah, because that's where most of the mission objectives are.
Yeah, that's right.
I have to get him out. So.
Yeah. All right, cool. We'll turn in after turn 3. All right, what's this, turn 3 recap?
Yeah,
turn 3. Okay, so what happened here was, let me see, lots of DACA basically.
Yeah, Battleship smoked the cruisers tried and failed miserably to take out the Epicurious. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, the Epicurious
So
Sky
the Battleship
Fortress.
had to do it.
Yep. So
Everyone
he ended
else
up finishing that off.
fired volleys and volleys and volleys.
Yep.
Managed
the
to
Platos
cause
and the battleships.
4 damage. They caused 3 fires, but all the fires went out.
Yeah, fortunately we repaired it all. And then some minor ack fire going on, but not much.
Yeah, not a lot. Oh, the Dreadnought drifted into a mine and blew it up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And if I'm not quick, I might get T-boned.
Right. All right, cool. End of turn 4 was very decisive. Brad was basically able to turn a large bulk of your force actually and take out the battleship?
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't even require that much because he was pretty crippled from before.
Well, it took both of my capitals, right? Like
it took
that's
my
true. Dreadnought,
yeah.
my battleship, and the torpedoes.
Yeah, that's right.
So I mean, it was.
Yeah, and then the Air Corps came in and then started mopping up Platos, leaving 1 Plato left. So at that point we called it. But good game. And what did you think of the scenario?
I think it's possible because, like, the thing that was interesting is I had no choice but to go basically straight,
yeah, with your Dreadnought.
And as we looked at it, like, still, I got 1 stoke the engines, and I still needed to get another one or have, what do you call it? The variable game length work in my favor, or else I wouldn't get off. I would have been an inch short.
So I think that's a fairly small margin, really, to allow.
Honestly, I feel like it should maybe be 7 turns or something.
I agree.
Because, I mean, 2 stoke the engines is 6 extra. Like, that's a whole extra turn of movement that you need. So basically, you have to have at least. Well, although, no, maybe that's okay, because it forces you. Like, you have to go for it, or you won't get there. So.
What were some of the things that we'd encountered that we were like, that's a little odd? Oh, was a defensive ack on cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really hard to find. Maybe we should probably think about that in an errata sometime. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Definitely.
And then there was one other thing that we'd had that was odd that we noted. Now I can't remember, so I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks again, Brad, and always a pleasure.
That was a good game.
Yeah.